we would explain the Python while statement using cookies. In here we have 11 cookies, and I'm sure we all love cookies. And if we were to consume these cookies, we would go by taking the first one. So we have 11 cookies here. If you take the first cookie, you are left with 10. Then you take the second cookie, you are left with 9. You take the third cookie, you are left with 8. And then you do that until you are left with just one cookie. And once you consume the last one, you are left with an empty plate. No other cookie to consume. Yeah, so that's how the Python while statement, that's how it works too. So you keep doing something while a particular condition is true. While a particular condition is true, keep doing something. So here, while the plate is full or while the plate is not empty, keep eating the cookies. So once you are left with an empty plate, and then the system terminates, and that while loop terminates. I hope this is clear. Let me go to my Google Collaborate and then implement the while statement. Here we have a variable called cookies, and 3 is assigned. So we'll assume we have 3 cookies on the plate. And then I would, so I can print this, print cookies, and then that will tell me how many cookies I have. And then you see that prints 3. So while the number of cookies is greater than 0, which means while we do not have an empty plate, while we have cookies. So print okay, so print take one cookie, and then would have to, because you've taken one, we'll say cookies, we'll update the number of cookies, the cookies minus 1, because you've taken one. So you had 3 initially, and then here you are taking 1 cookie, and then we would have to say 3 minus 1, and then that means you are left with 2 cookies. So let's update this one to say number of cookies left, say this one, number cookie left, I would say how do you say we're left, let's say we're left with so, and then once we're done, let's say print no more cookies, and you will see that these 3 lines of code are encapsulated in this while. You can see the tab. So let me make this obvious. So here you can see the tab, here you can see the tab, here you can see the tab, but here you do not have tab. The tab is not here. The tab is not here, which means these 3 lines of code, are encapsulated in this while loop. I hope this is clear. So while we have 3 cookies, so here it says while the plate is not empty, so we have 3 is greater than 0, our plate is not empty. Take 1 cookie and then update the number of cookies here. So it becomes, because you've taken 1, it becomes 3 minus 1, and then here you are left with 2. So it says we are left with 2, so it goes back to line 3. 2 is greater than 0, which means our plate is not empty. Take another one, so it becomes 2 minus 1. So we are left with just 1 cookie. Then it falls back to line 3. 1 is greater than 0, which is true. 1 is greater than 0 is true. Our plate is not empty. Take another cookie, and then we'll update the number of cookies here. So it becomes 1 minus 1 is 0. So we are left with 0 cookies. So it comes to line 3 again, and then it asks the question, is 0 is greater than 0? No, that is not true. So here our plate is empty. So this while loop is now false because 0 is not greater than 0. 0 is equals to 0. So this is false. And while this is false, this block of code will not run. So it terminates, and then the flow of execution would continue on line 8, and then it prints no more cookies. So that's the outcome. See, you take one cookie, you are left with 2. You take another cookie, you are left with 1. Then you take the last cookie, you are left with 0, and then no more cookies to consume. I hope this is clear. Then you have some assignment here. You have question 1. You can also pause the video and answer question 1 and put your answer in the comment section. And then you have question 2 here. And then you can also put that in the comment section too. Comment section rather. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next class.